Cancer, welcome to your bonus in-depth reading. That is Celtic Cross. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. Like always with Celtic Cross, as with any tarot reading, take what resonates and leave what does not. And if a second energy pops up on the board, then you reverse energies as you see fit. However, I want to point out to you, this is still your collective reading. Okay? So regardless of the situation, the circumstance, or the person, my primary objective is to understand you, your collective's energy, your thoughts, okay, your spiritual essence around the subject. But yeah, sometimes there's impressions of shadows of others, and I want them to stay that way. I was so frustrated with Pisces. I kept seeing a second person as a reference point, but I have to admit it was integral to the story. Pisces triumphed in the end, so I'm keeping it. Frustrated or not, I'm keeping it. It is bothersome when I see an additional energy just keep coming up. It happens. But yeah, just keeping in mind it's meant to be about you. This is your time to shine and tell me what's up and going on with you. Okay? All right. What's going on with Cancer? Oh, and happy Halloween. It's tomorrow. These are out Thursday. Halloween's Friday. Yeah. So these are out tomorrow, so happy Halloween. So I decided to wear my Scorpio AF shirt in lieu of a costume. I just didn't want to do a costume this year. I usually like to. It's fun. It's fun sometimes to dress up, but I'm like, you know what, though? Real talk, I dress up all the time for fun. And just a check-in the other day, this last week, I was like, it's just me being my eccentric self. Honestly. It's like, no, I want to keep in line with the t-shirts this week. I've had a nice, casual, in-depth read for everybody this week, and I wanted to keep doing that. But here we are, Scorpio AF. And so for those of you who might want a Cancer AF shirt, I did not make these. I get asked that all the time. No, I did not make these. Wish I could take credit for that. I'd be rich. No, but these are actually pretty common. The AF style, very common. Lots of people have done them. I might do a variation one day. But if you want to find a Cancer AF, that Etsy, Amazon, yeah, the places you might think. I know, they're pretty cool, right? All right, what's going on? Show me Cancer. Are you Cancer AF? Telling you simplicity. The best ideas are so damn simple. Yeah. All right, first card down. Knight of Pentacles. Crossing. Queen of Swords. Yeah, okay. Crowning. Will you just line up? Goodness. 5 of Cups is at your crown. Past is the Wheel of Fortune. Exiting. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Before you, 9 of Swords. Stress. Strength stuff. Environment, 7 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups in the hopes and fears. Outcome is the Page of Pentacles. You know, you have a particular pathway. It's slow, it's steady. You're fine with that. Knight of Pentacles. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with speed in this context. It's just the path that you were familiar with. Queen of Swords is challenging. You have some confronting information about that path, and you're kind of like, well, now I got to deal with it. It's not convenient. No. 5 of Cups is at your crown. There's disappointment here. Disappointment. Wheel of Fortune in the past. Whatever this is, it's just how it's playing out in 3D. Okay? It's a matter of time. I'm not really saying it's karmically inclined. I'm just saying whatever this pathway represents in the past, it's catching up to you in present day. Here are the results. That's all it is. They're showing me the present day results of a pathway you're familiar with, and you need to think about it because it's causing you grief. It's causing you grief. And I know you kind of wish here that things had turned out differently, but right now you have irrefutable evidence that whatever this is isn't balancing so well, and it's gotten to the point where we can't backtrack it. We can't go back and fix it. We can't correct the course of it. This is just how it turned out. Okay? Six of Pentacles on the exit. Whatever this is not balancing. It's not doing its job. It's not providing its function. It's not fair, or it's not living up to its terms and conditions. So the Six of Pentacles, once more, is a very, very generic cover term in tarot for just life's many balances, big and small. You know, it's anything that we agree to participate in because we get something back from it, and that could be anything. Okay. Like I said, their balances both big and small. Some priority balances, as I often default to, and some of them are kind of give and take balances. Okay. But something here, in a realistic way, is not living up to its agreement with you. It's not giving back to you. Not in the way that you need or you understood its original design to function. This is how it's supposed to function, and it's not. Okay. And it's stressing you out. Nine of Swords, it's stressing you out. Because the pressure's on you. I got to deal with this. It's not working. This thing isn't working. One of my balances is not working, and it's stressing you out. That tells me that you feel responsible for it. For making it work, for keeping it on. But honey, that's not the way this thing plays out. It's just not. Okay? Strength says death. Yeah, that means inherently Cancer. That tells me you know when it's time to call it quits. And I think that's where the real stress is coming from, because you understand your strength. When you understand that death is a strength, it's a strength that has a lot of responsibility. Okay? It's not our first go-to when things go wrong. And again, in this situation, I'm not necessarily convinced things went wrong. It's just it no longer proceeds as it once does. This balance. It does not give the way it used to or was supposed to. Or contractually speaking, we understood how it was supposed to show up and demonstrate its purpose or value. It stopped doing that. So yeah, death, that's an admirable strength to have. Okay. And strengths are weaknesses. It's probably not your favorite thing to do, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it. Okay? Seven of Pentacles in the environment. See, your environment seems to be pretty steady. Okay? A function that's already in place. It's smooth. Hopes and fears, Nine of Cups. Personal sense of wish fulfillment here. You personally would like to be satisfied. You're afraid you won't be. You know? Page of Pentacles and the outcome. I got to tell you, there's other things to invest in. I don't quite know what this is, but it feels deeply personal to you. Like I could have prevented it if I had started things out with this balance some time ago in a different direction or approached it differently. It wouldn't have ended up here today. But we can't go back and undo those things. This is where it is now. That's all they're telling me. It hit your radar as uncomfortable knowledge. I got to deal with this now. And that's causing you conflict because you understand it might involve you triggering this skill that is death. So one of the core values here as death is strength is not just calling something quits, but did you try transforming it first? You know, other than that, I think it's pretty straightforward. I can see that you prize or care for or have a preference for steadiness. Steadiness in path, objective, results. So whatever this is define those goals of personal preference. Okay. So I really don't want you to mourn this too deeply. I know, given your choice, you would prefer that this thing had continued to work out or prove itself as being viable. But it isn't. Page of Pentacles and the outcome. Your investment days aren't over. It frees you up to look at other things and do other things, but that's up to you. Okay? Some of you might find a way to keep this going for a bit longer. Others of you, you'll be tired of the anxiety and the frustration of trying to make this thing work if it doesn't want to, and you will be done with it. Life goes on. Okay? I don't know. We'll take a look. Knights of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, what's up? Okay, Eight of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Yeah, I thought it was headed in that direction. Yeah. Okay, I know. And for this thing, you typically have so much hope for, but it's hard finding hope for this. It looks like there's no resolve in a matter at work. I am looking at functionary stuff today, and we're talking work. Okay. And if it's not like literal work as in career, it's the metaphor for work in an area that should be grounded and founded and steady from your point of view. But for right now, we are coming in from that view of work. Yeah, there is some tension on that path. You're so familiar with it. This work, you're so used to it. It has such clear objectives that you hammer out every day because you're a pro. But there's tension there at work. Oh, boy, howdy. Five of Wands, Ace of Wands. It seems like there is a conflict of ideas. I have to say it has a creative element in it that is attractive, but it is causing a difference of opinions about how to approach something creatively within the work environment. You want the job done, but apparently there's a lot of disagreeing voices about how to execute the said thing. So I understand that when we talk about creativity and work, tempers can flare. Everybody has a different point of view about how something should be done. What's the best approach? What's the most attractive approach? What's the most creative approach? And that's where it seems the conflict. You just want to do your job. And that tells me, Knights of Pentacles, yeah, you just want to do your job. And one of the appeals to this work clearly is the creative component, but it also causes tension simultaneously. Okay, not everybody agrees on the interpretation of the creative process or what's visually the best thing we're doing or marketing or representation. You see what I'm saying? Because there's something here about the visual aspect that there's conflict or it's raising the stink, or currently there's a fight over it about the expression of the work, how it's invested, something like that. I just know that where creativity is involved and it takes more than one person to do it, it causes tension. Everybody's got an idea. You know, when I meet people, I often am in a position where I understand everybody has a book inside them, right? When I tell them I'm a writer, and the first thing I hear right away, oh, I have an idea for a book, and here we go. It's not mine, it's yours. You work through it. It's not for me to work through, it's for you to work through. So it's like everybody's got a book inside them. Everybody's got an artist inside them. Everybody's got a critic. You see what I'm saying? And apparently there's quite a bit of that right now where everybody's suddenly an artist and they put on their little, the beret and they whip their palette out and suddenly everybody's Bob Ross. And everybody's got an idea. Everybody's got a source of light. Everybody has a concept of inspiration. It's just the voices are getting louder for some reason instead of quieter. What? Oh, okay. Queen of Swords is crossing, and that already displeases you. You don't like that. I understand. Nobody does. You want things to be fair and for everybody to know what the hell they're doing and understand what their obligations are at the end of the day. Okay? All right. Queen of Swords is crossing. So while there can be a lot of fun expressionism in this job, it's still a job. And you want people to remember that. Okay. There's not going to be anything to express if we can't get our shit together, people. You know what I'm saying? Queen of Swords. Knowing situations like this, just a little bit of advice off the books. Find the common cause. Okay. The one core or common idea that everybody is more or less reflecting, and take it and work from there. Okay. So that's where you start from within and work out. But yeah, it's surely with that many voices over a shard of light, there's at least one thing in common. You take that, you run with it. Okay. Queen of Swords. Okay, Page of Swords, looking into it. Let's put that back. There's too many cards under that. Looking into it. Observation. Oh, the world, the sun, Six of Wands. Wow. You're struggling with this. Really struggling with this. It's like no matter what I do, no one's going to be happy if I make a decision. Okay. Fair. Okay. I started as a Page of Swords, trying to keep an eye on things, not get too involved, not try to take sides. But you're at that point now where people are looking at you to make a decision. And it's a very uncomfortable decision. Oh, so I guess we figured out who boss is. That would be you. So it's looking like people are looking at you to make a decision here. And you're saying, no matter what I decide, I cannot win. I have no confidence in this. Six of Wands, the sun, that's anti-confidence. And it's also anti-happy. This does not make me happy. But nonetheless, people want you to weigh in or make a decision. Or default to a decision. Okay. Oh, it got like that, huh? Damn, no wonder you're showing me. I'm just trying to do a job. Okay. Oh, I don't blame you for that. What sucks is that I see good energy here. The spirit is right, but nobody's agreeing on it. And that sucks. I'm sorry if it got that far. Yeah, but you're right. And here's the thing. This is where you absolutely have to have boss skills. Somebody's got to weigh in on the final subject. Even if it's done from, say, an objectable point of view, a productive point of view, coin is, if that's the bottom line, okay, then at least a decision's made, you know? Yeah, but you're not going to be able to make everybody happy, no. Some people are going to feel like winners, or they're going to feel like losers, and you say it sucks because you have to make the call. And that's why you're less than enthused about it. Gosh, this is typically a happy environment, isn't it? Okay. This is very immediate. This is happening very much now. This isn't the past. This is now. Okay. Five of Cups, loss, regret, sadness. Why is it hitting you so hard, though? Page of Cups, the Star, and Seven of Swords. Oh, because you're wondering if it's gone so far it can't get back on a unified vision or a unified page. Oh. Okay. Page of Cups, the Star, Seven of Swords. You critically doubt that the vision is unified. You're saying it might be very splintered at this point, and you're scared of results. A lot of results hanging on the line of this. I apologize. I understand. It's like you're afraid if this doesn't stop, the vision will be over for everybody. You're taking it to a very heavy place. Why? I understand it sucks when people don't get along and people are bickering over an idea, but you're taking it to a place of heavy, heavy consequences. If these folks don't get their shit together, we're all going to suffer. I don't want to have to suffer for this. I have a history with it, and so do some of these folks as well. Speaking of which, let's take a look at that Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune here's twice the Four of Cups. Hopes and fears then are tied up to this. Nine of Cups. Simply put, whatever this is always used to bring you satisfaction. And you never wanted that to change. That's one of the reasons why you've committed as long as you had and you stayed as long as you had, is because Whatever this is, perhaps it started out from a place of self-interest. It gave you pleasure to participate, but it became so much more. It became a career path for some of you. Oh. You started out as self-interest in the past, and it's changed since then, but now it's become an unhappy place for you. But you devoted so much of your life to it. The Wheel of Fortune is here twice. I have to insist, whatever this is, it wasn't always work, was it? You used to do it for love of the thing. Self-interest is here. It's in your hopes and fears. You still want it to mean something to you personally, but you're afraid it doesn't anymore, and I can see why. And reflecting on the past, it feels so different than when you first entered it. I have to maintain it wasn't necessarily for work. I'm trying to put this into context. So in the past, I'm looking at work stuff. But, and this is when I used to work with clients, okay, in counseling. I worked with many what you call midlife or transitional adults. They'd always done one thing all their life, and now they want to go do their dream thing, whatever that is. And they have no background in it, no experience, no education. And they're already of a certain age. So how the hell do you get your foot in the door? And I said, well, you're not going to like the advice. And they're like, tell me. The people who really want to know, they insist on knowing. And then they try it out. Because that's how much that job or career means to them. It's always meant to them. And now they're in a space in their life where they can get back to it. And I'm like, okay, you want real advice? Yeah. Intern for free. 6 months a year. Then you get the experience, the exposure. And then maybe you get the entry-level job. And then you work your way up from there. My clients who took that seriously, amazing. That's how much that means to them. They managed to do in a year or so what a 22-year-old fresh out of college might take years to achieve. Because they have the advantage of experience and age behind them in some way. So they take that and they accelerate it. So my point is that you started this out in the past for love of the game. You really were interested in it personally. It meant something to you on a personal level. Nostalgia, love of the self, or remind you about why you love the creative field or whatever this is. Okay? It made you feel like you were being tapped into personally, perhaps emotionally, culturally. I don't know. I don't quite know how to put that. But you give it some time and it doesn't feel the same at all. And that's why it's in the hopes and fears. Do you still have love of the game for this thing? Because now you're in it for work reasons. So I can see why you're showing me then, oh my God, past. I've spent so much history here and it was done so in good feeling and in good faith. And now I work here. I'm pretty much running the joint and it feels real different. It's bickering, backbiting, and agenda pushing. I understand creative tempers flare. You ever get in a room full of artists? One or two maybe, no more than that. Just speaking from personal experience, there's just so much you can take about the process. Okay? I'm in it, and there's only so much I can listen to about the process. That's what I'm saying, to each their own. But now you're in it for work reasons, not just personal reasons. But that was like, why are you taking this so... I couldn't understand you, honey. Now I get you. You're taking this so hard, so personally. It's like the dream, you feel it threatened. It threatens your past, your history with this, why you're in it at all. There's some interesting energy in here. Maybe like there's like a sellout feature I'm not quite understanding. This isn't how it used to be. This isn't how we used to run things back then. When I first joined, or this is how I started, it was for love of the game, and this is what we had, all these terms and conditions and things that were non-negotiable. And we didn't allow people to fight like this. Everybody contributed, everybody's voices felt heard, and now it just feels like there's competition constantly. Competition and friction where there should be unity, solidarity. Am I right? And it's like, why are you so personally devastated? I understand when the dream starts to fragment among many visions and personality or egos. I get that. That is horrible. But you're saying, my past, man. This is my past. I used to have so much love for this. And I still want to find that. I still want to find that love for myself in this. I think I understand you. Let me know. I don't expect this to apply to all of you. No. This one's very specific. And very specific readings can either turn people completely off. I can't find myself in this at all, in which case check out your other placements. Or they very much find themselves in it and they're like, no fucking way. So you let me know which Cancer you are. You're either this is not me or you're no fucking way. That's how long I've been doing collective readings now. Private's a straight shot. You really can't screw up the energies there because it's private. Okay, collectives are different. You kind of have to catch the wavelength. All right, Six of Pentacles on the exit. Now, yeah, no, things are not balancing as they used to. Thank you for making that clear for me. I appreciate you because I couldn't understand. Okay, I get it. You got some pissy folks there. They're having a little ego contest about who has the better idea instead of working in tandem. I get that. But as I say, why do you find that so personally devastating? Because you've been there for maybe not the beginning, but early enough. You've been on that path for a while. But the emotional presence precedes the earning path, it seems. I think you're that person who showed up and did work for a while just because you wanted to, or you volunteered or something like that. And at some point, it turned into a coin thing, a money thing. Well, more than that. More than that. You became a mind in it, one of the solid minds in it. All right, Six of Pentacles on the exit. Three of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Empress. Tricky. Somebody doesn't give their heart to this like they used to. It doesn't give their all anymore like they used to. That's either you or someone else in there. But this is a person of importance tied to that balance. But they don't invest like they used to. I can't give it my all like I used to. They don't show up to invest as consistently or as powerfully as they once did. That's because the meaning has changed, yes. Yeah. But I see one person here. The balance doesn't mean the same to them. In fact, it breaks their heart. I just can't give my all to this like I once did. I believe it's you. And that's because your perception, your emotional perception of this has changed. It's not just about earning. No, that's not how you started out. That's not why you joined this particular unit or team or whatever. You really believed in it, and it made you feel good personally in some way. And it stopped making you feel good, I believe. But it took a while to see that. Nine of Swords. I am seeing the individual self. 9, 9, 9. You know, you are seen or looked at as a decision maker, but do some of you feel, regardless of that some of your powers have been stripped away? Diluted, possibly. Undermined, questioned, or second-guessed. Don't get me wrong, you're still in a position where you make decisions, but it seems like perhaps the greater extent of your vision or your experience isn't as welcome as it once was. Is role undermining an issue? Competition in the workplace, 5 of Wands. So you feel inclined by association or disinclined by association to give less to it. The experience you brought to the table used to have a lot more weight. But I see these voices competing. Everybody wants to be heard about this. Why? Where are all these voices coming from? Hanged Man. Two of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. I agree. You need to do some deep thinking, my friend. Don't make any rush moves, please. I'm not saying or to put you off one way or another regarding that death. I know you got your eye on that and you're thinking, what the hell's going to happen? That's exactly what you need to think about. This is either a case of transformation or ending. That will be your sole decision. Not bringing down the company or the job or anything like that, but your particular role in it, and do you want to continue to be there and identify with it? Okay. Nine of Swords. There's a lot of things keeping you up at night. You have my complete sympathy, honey. I've been through that, you know. Especially when we're talking about changing jobs or career fields. I've had those nights too. You know, I haven't had just one job. I've actually had 3 distinct careers. But they all tied into each other in their own way. One set of skills from one division backed up and enhanced the other. Okay. This does not have to be if you choose to exit it, this role. And it looks like you have reason to. See, I get your personal hook. You're such a water sign. Cancer might be your moon, maybe. Unintentionally, unbeknownst to you, how deeply anchored you might be to something. And you don't understand it until much later because it represents a lot of sentimental value that you might have otherwise overlooked. And say you're more conscientious self, if you're more sword, if you're more invested self, if you tend to be a little bit more into the earth side. So that's why I say Cancer moon, you don't know how deeply sentimental you are until you're confronted with change. Okay. So yeah, anyway, take your time because whatever it is you do, I want you to own it. Nine of Swords. Work through that. The stress and anxiety of it. Give yourself the space. The Hanged Man, Two of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. This dysfunction, it roots you to your community. You know this. It's one of the reasons why you're so deeply connected to it. Think about it. That's why you yourself signed on all that time ago, because in some way it spoke to you at the community level, right? It spoke to your interests, your values way back when, and that's why you kind of signed on for the love of the game. Before I insist, before money got involved, I have to insist that's such a unique feature to your reading. Before you started getting paid for your skills, you showed up because you had love in your heart for this. It anchored you to the community, so you know what it does. You're part of it. And you helped extend its own virtues. You were part of its virtues for years, wanting to give back the same thing it gave to you, a sense of experience, culture, connectivity, networks, connections, access to those things, and the resources. What it gave to you, you wanted to give back to others. And you accomplished that. You did. So I know that if you chose to exit this role, in a way it would feel like a loss in your community or your community involvement and your connection to people. I have to maintain those connections. They're only gone if you choose to let them go. Okay? Not connect to them anymore. It won't take away your roots, not at all. If you stop, that's done. It's established. You've made a name and a reputation for yourself. You keep that. You take that with you into the next thing if you choose the next thing. Or something else to think about. If you stick to this, because you can still find good work yet to be had in it. Because you understand in some way you can lead these people to resolve. Then you dig deep and you find a way through. Okay? I understand. I'm not easily dislodged from my Ten of Pentacles either. It's like, I built this fucking thing. Good luck trying to get me out of it. Yours is a little more subtle than that. But yeah, I really feel like somehow the voices or opinions of others has really subtracted, it seems, from your experience or your empowerment, and that's undermining. It's weird because you're still consulted as a de facto decision maker. So use your knowledge, use it well. Use your experience, use it well. let's keep going. I'll have more advice to give you. But yeah, take your time with this. Don't rush. Think about it. Hanged Man, Two of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Some of you, by the way, I'm not saying it's an absolute. Please don't misconstrue. Between now and Pisces season, you'll be tossing that decision around. Can I change this? Or my time in this role, is it done? Okay. Yeah. Deaths and the Strength, please. Again, transform or end. There's that Hanged Man. Seven of Pentacles, known pathway, Six of Cups. I see you looking to someone else to help you. Okay, good. Whoever this is a trusted source. I like that. I like when people show me trusted source. That's my bestie, that's my partner, that's my mate, that's my soul bond in this context. I see you looking to them to help you sort this shit out. So you've known them forever? It seems. It looks like you have taken their advice about your pathway in regards to work, coin, who knows what. You've been listening to whoever that is for a long time. So I see you, Hanged Man is here twice, reflecting in conjunction with this person. This is someone who you absolutely take advice from regarding your path. They seem to be a trusted source, and you two go way back. Okay? But when it comes to your coin and or pathway matters, you reflect to this person, and they're going to advise you, or at least try to bring up the kind of points of conversation that I would. You know, can you change this thing? Transformation. Or is your role in this done? Because they're going to tell you something. It's like, yeah, I remember when you started out in that, and I remember when you did it just because you loved it, and then it became a coin thing, and then at some point you became one of the bosses, one of the jefes, you know, calling the shots. And somehow your role has been undermined. And the proof is that there's no cohesive vision around this. There's no sense of happiness, sunshine, warmth, or care, it seems. And it depresses you. It bums you out because you're like, this is not how it used to be. This is not how it used to be. People backbiting and backstabbing for the next great idea. We already have something great. Why aren't they keeping that in mind? Okay. And you feel like giving less to it? As your authority is questioned or your decisions are questioned? It's not really to do with you, you know that, right? It's all these voices who want to have a say. So if they feel like they're not having a say, who are they going to take it out on? Okay. So yeah, all that to think about in your strengths here. So I'm glad that you have a confidant who can talk to you about these things and that you listen to, you calmly listen to. It's like, okay, that makes sense, that makes sense. In reflection of your path, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so you're tying up your environment, your home base with your work base. You spend a lot of time. You're saying your work is like home to you or a second home? All right. All right. Yeah. You're someone your sentiment runs deep, but you don't know how deeply it runs until it feels threatened, right? You can't tell the difference between your work path and your home path. You're saying they're one and the same. That's all right. I'm not picking on you. Teasing a little bit. But it seems to me you grew up one alongside the other. So I can kind of see where you would feel they're hand in hand. Okay? You're saying what you do here feels a lot like home. Like I said, it connected to you for a reason. You put a lot of the personal self in there, too. Seven of Pentacles. And there it is. Death. The Hermit. Ace of Cups. Fair. I'll do my best to interpret that because it's a little bit more on the symbolic side of things. So death, and there it is. You might have some, like, even if it's just a drop. A smidge, a little smudge, Scorpio. Like I say, it's a really smeary dot in your chart. Nevertheless, that's the one I'm talking to. The Hermit, Ace of Cups. I like that. Fair. It's kind of like you're saying, look, reasonably, looking back on the path, if love of the game is why I entered into this at all, I know how it bound me, and I wanted to bind others in that same spirit of love and unity and community. If I can't find that love again, I will let it go. Okay. There you go. Perfect. We'll take that. Because you still have resolution. That's why. So it's vague. Yeah, I don't have time frames for you. I don't know. I am going back to what I saw on the bridge between now and Pisces season. You will know. This will either be transformed and you can find love for it again. Real valuable love, because I'm telling you, I strongly suspect I'm looking at someone you don't understand. You've emotionally invested and or anchored into a situation, community, job, etc., or connection even, maybe for some of you, until you feel like it's threatened or it's gone. The shadows of your attachment are quite strong, and it comes up in the form of sentiment. It's true for, that's true for water signs, just most water signs are aware of it. Like, for instance, I'm aware of it. If I can't emotionally invest, you will not have my best. That's it. See? That's forefront water attachment style. And then there's back end water attachment style. And I see you kind of on the back end of things. And that's okay. Like I said, you may not be water forward. Maybe Cancer's your south node. Possibly Moon, like I said. Maybe even your Pluto placement. But, yeah. So there you go, guys. If you cannot mend your heart over this, transform it, find a new way to love it, to re-anchor into it, then its time is done, and its time well served. Well served. What this did for you once upon a time, you have since done it 1,000 times over for others. Gotten them in touch with whatever this is that helped you. And it fed your 9 of Cups. So fair play on that path. If you can't find love for it again, and a new and fresh way, then your time in this and your role in this is done, and consider it time well served. You did your part. You did your part. You gave back to this what it gave to you. And that's all any of us can do. Is the 6 of Pentacles entirely gone? No. Do you feel lessening in your role and responsibility? Yes. Some of it you may have abdicated willingly. Other parts, it feels like you're being undermined and erased from. Okay, fine. All that aside, can you transform your love with this, or is it done? Like I said, no rush. I like how you have, well, as some folks in my family would say, concierge. Right here, you have some sort of spiritual concierge you can run these by. And you trust their advice. Good. But still, you're the primary decision maker on this one. All right. 9 of Cups and the hopes and fears. I'm going to go ahead and skip that because we've already defined it here in the past. I see what it meant to you, and you hope it still can. You're afraid it won't, and that's what the whole good point of this was. You still... And honey, even if you quit tomorrow, it will still have the same value to you that it did in the past. You'll always be grateful for it. But there's nothing wrong in saying, my role in this is done. It's complete. You did a full circle, and, well, not a bad full circle, though. How you started out, what it gave to you, you gave to others. And now you can say it's complete. You know, or you can keep going. But if you keep going, you got to find another way to love this. Okay? But it's because it seems like the rules and things have changed. It's different now. This assignment's different now. It's like it... What am I trying to say? I keep coming back. It's like it's hyped up. It's hyped up. It has a bigger role now. It has more recognition now. Okay. Page of Pentacles and the outcome. Like I said, you can take that little page of investment. If you want to put it somewhere else. Oh, that sounds horrible. If you want to put that investment somewhere else, you will. If you want to reinvest, that's at your disposal too. I like your Celtic cross today. I do. It was nice. Capricorn's was intense. Pisces was intense. And Cancer's like, I really love this thing. It means a lot to me. And at some point I started working for it. And but again, it comes down to the value. So not only can you still find value in it, but can you still give that value to others? That would be the other part. Can you still give that value to others? The same way this initially attracted you to it in a good way, can you still give that and provide that to others? Page of Pentacles. Can you still do this job with the love you had originally intended? Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Judgment. There it is. There it is. There's the decision. I love it. It's up to you. It really is up to you. This is great. This is brilliant. This is one of my favorite reading types where people are like, oh, yeah, no, the decision is completely yours. Because like I said, tarot does not dictate action, you do. The decision, judgment, the action is attached to you. Page of Pentacles. If you reinvest, and that's because you could transmute or transform the feeling, or it's done, and you know that, and you're comfortable taking action. And to concluding this, the point is it's a decision you own based on your own experience and lessons and own sense of divine timing and or calling. Is this chapter done in your life? Done so in a happy way, healthy way, in that honestly, if you part ways with it, you'll be okay. This isn't what it used to be. I've done the best I could for it. I've tried to give back to others what it gave to me. I've done that. I accomplished those goals. There's new voices that want to come in kicking and screaming, and okay, maybe they have something I don't. I don't know. So yeah, it's up to you. That is literally choose your own adventure right there. Do you remember the choose your own adventure unicorn series? I don't remember. Wait, but anyway, you got a couple of nights. You can choose your own adventure there. Page of Pentacles, Judgment. This thing, you either still have space for it or it's done. Decision's yours. Take that with you as a form of empowerment. It's not that the tarot reader doesn't want to tell you what to do. I know people love it when I or any tarot reader tells them what to do, because that makes sense. No, it's because literally the power is with you. Okay? But I just want to let you know you've done a great job. You've done a beautiful job with this. And I can kind of see why you're taking it personally. You do realize you are one of the reasons why this thing is getting recognition, right? Maybe it is time to pass the baton. You definitely did your job. But you also helped make this what it is. Are you done? The authentic self, many masks, number 38. Be your most authentic self. Okay? There's nothing wrong necessarily with masks. It's what we do with them. Everybody has... If you took away the word mask and used hat, it would hit different, wouldn't it? We all wear different hats. How I would talk to, say, my best friend versus my kid versus, say, a boss or a lover, whatever, isn't going to be the same, nor should it be. Okay? We all wear different masks, and inevitably you're going to wear a mask. That's life. People like to think they're so ballsy. I would never wear a mask. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fucking do. It's like anything else in life. What you do with it is what counts. If you wear a mask and you do so to be deceptive or be underhanded to other people, to be a liar, to be cruel, that's how you use your mask. Other people wear a mask because you don't need to know everything about me. You just don't. How I show my face is to a limited number of folks, and that includes my real thinking and my real feeling. So, my point is, you be authentic to you. When you look in the mirror, don't wear a mask. That's it. Then you'll always know what you're doing. Even if it doesn't make sense to other people, it makes sense to you. Okay. Going forward, don't dwell on the past, but focus on creating a brighter future, if you are so inclined. Okay? Yeah, if you're so inclined, going forward, a colorful road for some of you awaits. Yes, indeed. Have some of you thought about work in forestry? The living environment. Not just your any-day environment, your living green environment. Have some of you thought about things like that? I don't know why I'm bringing that up. For some of you, we'll have this narrowed down before Pisces season, within a month. A month? A couple months? It's up to you. Okay? And there might be a pressure to know within the Scorpio season. We have the snowflake, and then also just say into, is that what it is? The pressure to figure this out by the holiday season? Yeah, that's where a lot of turnover happens. That makes sense. You'd want to know for yourself, and that job, whatever it represents, would want to know by the holidays or the end of the holidays. I know. But still, for some of you, I have to insist. Maybe up to Pisces season, but still. Regardless, we have the Medina of Taurus as well as Gemini. You might have these very strong placements in your chart, could be connecting to, or their season might be important to you. And then we have the crescent moon. By the light of the crescent moon, you might have some insight there. Whatever is the gentle, quiet reflection in you that feels good, I can either continue to find love for this and stay on that path for a little while longer, or I recognize this time is done. It's a gentle conclusion. It does not scream at you. It is not you being mean to yourself. Can't you just get it together, da-da-da. No, it's a gentle, calm conclusion. Okay? And then you will make your intentions known when the time is right. And then we have the letters G, A, P, S. Gaps. Gasp. Gasp. Gaps. Yeah, we don't want gaps on the resume. I understand that, but they do happen. And there's a way around that. And gasp. Oh, the shock. Oh, you get out my southern drama. Oh, Lord. The gasp, the shock. Oh, gasp if you leave. It wouldn't be for the wrong reasons. You did your part. Okay? Gasp. Gasp. Oh my. Cancer has decided to leave us. No, darling, it'd be the making of you. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.